It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers, and it's all up next.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense, and of course leading them for his second season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who was the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
Throwing on first down, but this one lines up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Jones, he'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now Jones. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was the true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it's stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to its 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position. And Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man-coverage, it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Powers through him. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Jones. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's Myers again with another catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Checking this down to Stevenson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try.
He connected on his first, this from 41.
Folk's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
The first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for New England. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Guy.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard.
Trucks over him. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That's complete to Kyle.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
Juwan Bentley there to get him down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Pats are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
All defense defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. Working with a 2nd and 3. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off play action. Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And caught by Henry. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. That one goes for 24 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And the last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. Oh no, he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, but their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running right, Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
Boy, he did that one on his own, didn't he? How about using that low center of gravity, plenty of force, a lot of leg drive, breaking a tackle there, and picks up a first down on 3rd down.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A give for Dillon running right. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. The give is to Jones. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.